What's up, y'all? We're gonna be checking out ACG Ryda Rumble Reload with ShegySounds, especially when it comes to Rumble Reload with ACG and Ryda. Got with ACG Ryda, especially when it comes to Rumble Reload and everything else too. With this one right here, the ShegySounds, especially when it comes to that Rumble Reload and everything else too. Especially we got with Ryda. So Ryda, he just stepping in with this one right here with the Rumble Reload. Especially with a lot of these Rumble Reloads, because these Rumble Reloads just be a vicious, like it be really a vicious. But especially from the and then we got hashtag with the ACG, so ACG to the Ryda.
Rumble Reload.
Scary made this cold.
Introducing to the ring, fresh out of ACG Newham, the Stone Cold Beat Wrecker, Ryda!
They're like, why am I always first? I'm thinking, why the up boys hurt? Step in the front, trying to wax the spurs. I see man cutting and scat like birds. All these things that we done in that turf, gotta try them piss, trying to get on my nerves. Slapped it twice and they all did leg squat, 5 of the ops and they ran some nerves.
Hey, slapped it twice and they all just ran. Slapped it twice and they all just ran and everything else too. Man, he said slapped it. They all ran just like some like nerds and stuff like that. Man, that's crazy to see this. Especially how it started too. He said, I'm wondering why they always hurt. Cause he's always first. Like swoosh. Like that was a bar right there too. Like he said he always first. Why they always hurt? Like
Gotta try them piss, trying to get on my nerves. Slapped it twice and they all did leg squat, 5 of the ops and they ran some nerds. Made man scream like a bitch in labour, screamed out loud like it's giving birth. These wounds that we give need more than a nurse. He tripped, he fell and we left him red. Over in we got down many, got down was brethrens left. Who the fuck lick in the beef, he rap so tough, ain't touch my set. Gloves verbal, talking a net by beg man, ask who's touch when it ends. But and he started to jet, my blade with a drip if he tripped on red. Free up the man, then fuck with the feds, they want me in cuffs like a Tottenham Jez. CPS trying to lock me up in the back of
man, he would have tripped this. He got left on red and everything else too. He would have tripped this. He would have got, especially with those things. Like, if you leave something on the floor and stuff like that, and it's like a knife or something like that, like he said, that thing was just hanging out. And you trip over that, man, we got a left on red. Like, the whole thing would have got left on red because, you didn't tripped over something that was real bladey, sharpy, and stuff like that too. Especially when it comes to this, like this style. You coming into a whole new style, like especially his style, the way he be concerned. But hey, as he would have tripped, he would have been left on red and everything else too, like that consuming.
Who the fuck lick in the beef, he rap so tough, ain't touch my set. Gloves verbal, talking a net by beg man, ask who's touch when it ends. But and he started to jet, my blade with a drip if he tripped on red. Free up the man, then fuck with the feds, they want me in cuffs like a Tottenham Jez. CPS trying to lock me up in the back of the circle van, I was stressed. Got length things count for sex, but I wanna like it straight to the head. Countless times I stepped and stepped, last time that stepped, I left man drenched. Vex when the up boys talking my set, we're winning the beef.
Hey. I step. Every time I step, I'm he's leaving something drenched. Like,
but I wanna like it straight to the head. Countless times I stepped and stepped, last time that stepped, I left man drenched. Vex when the up boys talking my set, we're winning the beef, can ask the Met. He's just as bro did legs, then one got chef, then got queft dismissed. Got length things count for sex, but I wanna like it straight to the head. Countless times I stepped and stepped, last time that stepped, I left man drenched. Vex when the up boys talking my set, we're winning the beef, can ask the Met. He's just as bro did legs, then one got chef, then got queft dismissed. When we step there, we leave them wet. Like how many times I ripped through flesh, ran man down, he jumped off road, then called on truce, then he raps again. He did dash from them bells, then 3-2 spins.
Like, how many times did I run from? Man, that's crazy. Like, you trying to get out that flesh or something like that.
How many times I ripped through flesh, ran man down,
man, that's crazy. Like, you trying to get out that flesh, like you trying to, I don't know, like it's something real tense going on or got something in you, like, man. But that's crazy to see the whole thing just come. Like he said, how many times have I been trying to get from that French. Like, man, that's crazy to see the whole thing. Especially how his style is, like how you hear the bars really just be going in and making sense. Like,
Then he raps again. He did dash from them bells, then 3-2 spins, try send man hell. 1-2-5s with a 3-8 special, a scary sight when I love compared. They're like, why am I always first? I'm thinking, why the up boys hurt? Step in the front, trying to wax the spurs. I see man cutting and scat like birds. All these things that we done in that turf, gotta try them piss, trying to get on my nerves. Slapped it twice and they all did legs, got 5 with the ops and they ran some nerds. They're like, why am I always first? I'm thinking, why the up boys hurt? Step in the front, trying to wax the spurs. I see man cutting and scat like birds. All these things that we done in that turf, gotta try them piss, trying to get on my nerves. Slapped it twice and they all did legs, got 5 with the ops and they ran some nerds. We got done in the evening, beautiful scene, what a nightlife. If I step with 5 guys, Sydney or Bowler, we still want fight guys. It's us who pattern the beef when you step, it's us who rise, we're watching a fry man. We send him quay by the stars, one hand in the air, gang gave him a bye-bye. Look in his eyes, would have thought I was Freddy, been live in the 6 for more than 5 nights. These raps gon' sing like the Skylands. Got slapped in a heli, hope that boy from the group had a nice flat. I would get these raps gon' sing like the Skylands. Got slapped in a heli, hope that boy from the group had a nice flat. I would get that boy off my
man, that right there. He said this thing gonna sell him to a heli. Hope that boy had a nice flight. Hey, that is crazy right there to see what that just came to. Like, he said this thing gonna send a boy to a heli and everything else too. But man, hope that boy had a nice, like, man, that right there, that's man. Like, hey, it's good battle. Like, hey, see you later. Like, man, especially the whole thing. Like, that was a bar right there. Like, he just it's really just coming from all time for tops.
boy from the group had a nice flat. I would get that boy off my babe, but I can't use a knee on my life, fam. Putting a spliff by the gas, still rolls with a shite bag. If you didn't know what happened to Chop, that boy got knifed and he died, fam. We run numerous facts. Northside knew him love like us. Trust.
ShegySounds.
Man, especially with this one right here. Rumble Reload with ShegySounds and everything else too, a Ryda. I definitely see what this one came into. This one had a whole thing to it. Like, man, the way it just started and every way it just ended. Man, he nailed it with this one right here. Especially with Rumble Reload and everything goes too. Cause I noticed one thing is you get put on Rumble Reload, it's like it's a hearing thing. Like it's like a hear and go thing. Like you gonna either put on or not put on and everything else too. But Ryder, he really just definitely just killed it. Like he had a cetrus thing to it and everything else too. Especially when it comes to CG, Ryder, and everything else too. And he was stepping in with ShegySounds. So with everything else too, being in with this and everything else too. But make sure you guys comment, share, and like.